Hey, fun science video for you, but I have a special guest and we're doing the corona, so I'm gonna put my mask on and we're gonna have this special guest and we're gonna check something out. So I'm putting my mask on. Here we go. I'm gonna invite our special guest in. So we have Mr. Kennedy coming in here, and Mr. Kennedy he agreed to be my volunteer for this, so which is kind of cool of him. So in class, we're talking a little bit about units, Mr. Kennedy, and how standard units are important. Okay. And the students in my class, they drew a primitive balance of what it might be. So this is a real balance. In a real balance, they drew some pictures of maybe how an original balance, like if you made it in the woods, might appear. Does that make sense, Mr. Kennedy?
Yes.
And so I'm going to use you for a demonstration to show the importance of standards. Okay, so we're going to try to learn about the importance of standards right now. So, Mr. Kennedy, I want you to imagine that you are in the woods, okay, and you are a tribesperson. And what's going to happen, Mr. Kennedy, is you are going to buy a stone's worth of fish, okay, from somebody, okay? And you've agreed that you're going to pay one fur, sorry. You're going to pay one fur, Mr. Kennedy, you probably don't know this. He doesn't actually do this, but he's a trapper and he's got fur. So, but he's horrible at fishermen, and so he needs fish. So Mr. Kennedy's going to buy a stone's worth of fish, okay? And so Mr. Kennedy gets to buy one stone's worth of fish for one fur. And I'm going to give Mr. Kennedy a choice right now, everybody. So here we go. This is Mr. Kennedy's choice, and hopefully this will make sense to him. So go ahead and hold this. You can have one stone for your fur of fish. So you can have one stone of that, Mr. Kennedy, okay? Or I'm going to try to grab this here. Mr. Kennedy, you can set that down on that table whenever you want, but this one I'm not going to give you this one. I just got to get it for the camera to see. Mr. Kennedy, you can get a stone of that, okay? A stone of that for one fur. Or he can get a stone of this right here. And I'm going to ask Mr. Kennedy, you want to pick the better value, Mr. Kennedy. So which one do you want to buy? Do you want to buy a stone of that? So he wants a stone of this right here. Mr. Kennedy is going to tell you right now. Okay, everybody, you're going to now look at the balance. I don't know if you saw Mr. Kennedy's face, but Mr. Kennedy got really scared for a second when I threw that at him, because Mr. Kennedy thought something. Tell him what you thought, Mr. Kennedy.
I thought I was going to lose an arm or a leg.
So Mr. Kennedy thought that would be a better deal. So we're going to show you this. I'm going to have Mr. Kennedy put that on there. See, Mr. Kennedy, if we were in real life, would have just got taken. And the reason he would have got taken is, I don't know if you can see that, but that side's down now. But now I'm going to put this on here. And this stone right here, which looks much smaller, is actually a better deal. This would be a better deal. So this is to show you the importance of standard units. Everybody, the importance of standard units. Mr. Kennedy, did you learn something as well?
Well, not to trust Mr. Callahan when it comes to trading furs and rocks. I know that.
So this is why, by the way, in science, we have to have standards. If everybody's going on a different standard. Imagine, for example, we're going to do one other thing. This is perfect that Mr. Kennedy's here for this. I'm not going to trick him in any way. Imagine, did you know that the original foot in the English system was the size of the king's foot? Imagine if you're going to buy cloth. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, put your foot up there on the table. Do you want to buy, you got to put it like this, Mr. Kennedy. Do you want to buy a foot of cloth from Mr. Kennedy or from Mr. Callahan if it's the same price? Of course you'd want to buy from Mr. Kennedy. But some people would take advantage of you if there aren't standards. So this is why we need standards in life.